I started riding a motorcycle since 1997, and this is my third Royal Enfield machine after TB 350 and Classic 500 in the last 23 years. Royal Enfield introduced the flagship Interceptor 650 and Continental GT 650 during November 2018. Here is my 1-year ownership review of the ravishing red Interceptor that I own since May 2019. I never use it for local usage or go to the workplace. I have spent time with this engine only for long rides on highways, and I have done only 5,000 kilometers so far. Interceptor grabbed my attention due to its retro-styled modern model classic roadster that derives inspiration from the 60s, the combination of authentic styling and the agile performance. During the test rides, I felt the secret of the 650 twin lies in the way the power is delivered. In terms of a look, the steel tubular double cradle frame may look simple, but the retro charm is evident no matter how you look at it. Twin exhaust defines its rears. The large 320mm front disc brake assembly and the exhaust are the interesting bits when viewed from the sides. It has a huge presence that immediately attracts attention, and the engine noise sounds sweet. Engine. This motorcycle is equipped with a fuel-injected 648cc parallel twin air or oil-cooled motor that generates 47 bhp of power and 52 Nm of torque. The double-cylinder engine has a 6-speed manual gearbox. The Bosch EFA system delivers precise fueling and crisp throttle response. Engine heat is pretty much noticeable and make its presence felt when idling after 10 minutes ride. The 6-speed gearbox is good, but it is not very accurate. The slip-assisted clutch lever feels very light. The fuel tank capacity is 13.7 liter with an average mileage of 25 km per liter and an overall riding range of 350 km. Ride and handling. The 202 kg of weight are felt when getting off the stand and pushing the motorbike out of any narrow parking space, but it doesn't feel heavy once you are on the move. I am a 6-foot tall rider. Sometimes the foot pegs intrude whenever I get my feet on the ground during parking. I rode pillion a couple of times for a brief distance. The stock seat is soft and gives a feeling of sitting on the edge with the legs support and no space. Due to the upward exhaust, the pillion foot pegs are set high and the bit forward, which ends up sitting with your knee pointing upwards. The suspension has conventional fork at the front and twin gas charge shock absorbers at the rear with preloaded adjustments. By my personal experience, the handlebar has to be pulled towards the rider, and the clutch and brake levers were slightly pulled down also set the rear suspension to be soft. Though the motorbike is promising from many aspects, I feel like I was sitting on a bench seat with a heavy engine. The seat is extremely uncomfortable for long rides. Brakes. Both rear and front are disc brakes with an anti-locking braking system. Single disc at both ends, 320mm disc at the front and a 240mm disc at the rear with ABS is standard. The aluminum alloy spider from Brembo with the 2-piston caliper from Weber provides admirable stopping power and excellent feedback. Overall, the braking is balanced. Tires. The tires are technically tubeless but require a tube inside as the spoked 18-inch rims are not airtight. The 100/90 R18 front and 130/70 R18 rear may sound unfit for a 650, but with Pirelli Phantom Sport combination, I never felt it underperformed during cornering or hard braking. And electrical. The Pricol made instrument console has all basic info, but they could have added the gear shifting indicator and the clock. Helpful especially during a long tour. Instrumentation is also retro with the twin pod cluster, analog speedo and a tachometer with a small digital pod offering information about the fuel level, odometer and 2 trip meters. It has 12 watts battery, the headlamp is halogen bulb type and the halogen bulb tail lamp. Dimension and color. The motorbike is on the heavier side. It weighs 202 kg, height 804 mm, wheelbase 1400 mm, seat height 804 mm and ground clearance 174 mm. It has 6 colors: Silver Spectra, Mark III, Ravishing Red, Orange Crush, Glitter and Dust and Baker Express. Overall, the motorbike has a great pull, good fit and finish, surprisingly a well-built RE machine with no vibration. The quality of paint is good this time, seems everything can last for long. The frequency of service expectation is once in 10,000 kilometers, though it doesn't burn your pocket much. The FIEM made headlight indicators and the mirrors are average looking though. Night visibility during highway ride is a challenge. The stock handlebar and the seat is a nightmare on long rides, especially for the tall and build riders. I have got a customized aftermarket handlebar and yet to fit the touring seat from RE Accessories. To conclude, it is definitely worth a buy. You won't get such a power-packed, durable machine at this cost anywhere. With very mild alterations, you can take this beast on any terrain with confidence. Go for it. Thanks for watching. Please follow us for more videos.